Thank you very much. Welcome in this video. I'm Kamikazi and I'm going to present about management. I will talk about functions of management. I will talk about styles that are used by management. Uh, to give a clear explanation of management, management is the way of using available resources effectively in line with the talents of the people that are available in order to achieve some specific goals by organization. There are 5 functions of management, which are planning, organization, staffing, leading, and controlling. To start by planning, planning is the way of setting goals and come up with strategies that can be used in order to achieve those goals. For example, I'm going to talk as a manager of Spokes of Hope Worldwide. So as in our organization, we want to buy 120 bicycles from outside, and then as a manager, I'm responsible of knowing where we are going to buy those bicycles and how the budget we are going to use in order to cover all costs that will involve in buying those bicycles. Talking about organization according to Bandoless, this is the way of identifying who is responsible for doing something, who is responsible for accomplishing a task. For example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, as I said, working as a manager in that organization. Since we have a plan of getting 120 bicycles, and organization comes after planning, so we have to, I told you, we have to plan of budget. So in organization, I will identify people who are going to make a budget. Those people will be responsible for money, for budget only. They will not involve in transportation or anything else. So that's what we call organization, and this is needed in organization. In any organization, they have to use what we call organization. We also have staffing. Talking about staffing, staffing is all about recruiting and selecting new workers in an organization. For example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, we want to recruit 20 workers. So as a manager, I'm responsible of knowing which qualities we are going to base on in order to have good workers. And another thing, since it is all about selecting and recruitment of workers, I am in charge of knowing the questions that will be used in interviews. So this is what we call staffing, and know where and how many workers that are needed in an organization. Talking about leading, leading is the way of knowing the qualities and the basics of the leadership that is needed in an organization. For example, in Spokes of Hope World, we are using group-based leadership. So as a manager, I'm responsible for knowing if all workers, if all leaders in organization are able to work in groups. For example, if they all have collaborative skills in order to maintain the leadership qualities, the leadership quality that is needed in our organization. The last function is controlling. When talking about controlling, controlling is about being able to make sure that all departments in an organization are working underline with the goals set. So for example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, we've set the goal of all workers to be at work at 8 a.m. This is like we agreed upon that. So as a manager, I have to make sure that all workers are at work on the agreed time. So that's what we call controlling, being able to make sure that everything set is done on time or is done as agreed. Now I'm going to talk about the styles that are used by managers in the organization. First of all, we have directing, we have delegating, and discussing. Talking about directing. Directing is the way of, or where the manager give the instructions to the workers. Is the way of teaching the workers how they can follow the instructions. For example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, we are having trainings uh, in next coming week. So as the manager, I'm responsible of telling the workers that they have to work, to be at in trainings at specific time and doing what they are supposed to do. There they will be following the instructions without saying, negotiating or saying that we have to change the time. No, they will just follow the instructions. This style has strengths and weaknesses. For example, to start with strength, it helps the manager to be able to inform the workers what they can change, and he can easily know the changes that can be done by the workers. Another thing, the manager is able to to teach workers how they can make this decision on their own. Since he's teaching them how to follow the directions, they will follow the directions and then make this decision. On side of weaknesses, it is not good for workers, since it doesn't have flexibility. There is no flexibility. The workers have to follow what the manager tells them without their consent. Another thing, in directing, there is limited of ideas, since workers have to just follow without giving any idea. This one can lead to wrong decision making or to wrong solution implementing, since the workers are not going to contribute to the idea. Then talking about delegating, this is where manager assigns tasks to the specific people. This, for example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, we are having when we are having a meeting, I have to sit down and then tell choose some people to who are responsible for knowing if the time is if like they work as time manager during the meeting, which is all about delegating, because I can't speak and then again check on time. This is so choosing those people is what we call delegating, because they will be working on time management and seeing if the work is used well. This also has strengths and weaknesses. For example, on strengths, the manager is able to know who is responsible for what, because all the worker will be assigned to some people, so the manager will know who to ask when something is done. Another thing, it increases collaboration when the work is done by small groups of people. On side of weaknesses, the manager may fail to identify who is capable of doing something, which is not good. Another thing, it consumes time, since they have, if the person is given work, he has to ask all the questions in order to understand what is going to talk, what he is going to do, which can consume a lot of time. Lastly, talking about discussing style. According to Freud 2013, discussing is all about where the manager interacts with the workers. They may be two or more. This is what we call interaction between the manager and the workers. For example, in Spokes of Hope Worldwide, we are having a problem of shortage of bicycles. There, as a manager, I'm going to call the workers, and then we sit down, we share the ideas of how we are going to solve that problem of shortage of bicycles, where people will give ideas of where we can buy those the bicycles, the quantity and the quality. This requires ideas from different people. It also has some strengths and weaknesses. On strength side, it helps manager to be able to generate different ideas from the workers, which can lead to the best solution of any problem. It also increases collaboration among the workers, since they have to work together as a team and generate some ideas. On weaknesses, it is time wastage, since they have to sit down and then discuss about all the ideas that are given. It also it can cause conflicts among the workers, since they all have to give their ideas. So if someone's idea is rejected, one can think that maybe his idea was not strong enough, which can lead to conflict. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.